We are going to be learning some words to help us be more prepared for the MAP test coming up in May. We'll be learning these words over 12 days, a little bit at a time. For the first day, we are going to focus on just 9 of the words, and you can find them in your packets, and they are organized in alphabetical order. So the first word we are going to be looking at is definition. So find this in your packet now. It is on the second page. So the first column of the packet has the word, so you find definition. In the second column, some of the words have the definitions filled out and some you need to write. For this word here, you need to write it yourself. So we've talked about what a definition means before, and a good example of what we could use to describe this word would be the meaning of a word. So you can go ahead and write this now in that second column. Next, you're going to write an example of this word in the third column. So for this word, you have to write the definition of the word car. So go ahead and write down what the word car means in that third column. The next word we are going to look at is beginning sound. So flip in your packet to the first page right now to look at that word. So the definition of beginning sound is the sound at the beginning of a word. Pretty straightforward. So if you look at the third column, there are 3 examples. Happy, the beginning sound is happy. Love, the beginning sound l. And octopus, the beginning sound is ah. So it's basically just the sound you hear at the beginning of the word. So right now, think about what would be an example of a beginning sound in a word. Think of a word, then think what would be the beginning sound of that word. The next word we are going to look at is ending sound. This is on the third page of your packet, so flip to that now, please. The definition of this word is the sound at the end of a word. So it's very similar to the beginning sound, but this time, instead of at the start of the word, it's at the end. So if you look in your packet in the third column, there are 3 examples here. So the first one, the word washer, the ending sound is In top, the ending sound p. And hat, the ending sound is t. Notice how, for example, the word top, I didn't say the ending sound is p, it's the sound that you hear, the sound that the letter makes. Top, the ending sound is p. So think now about an example of an ending sound in a word. Think to yourself of a word, then what would the ending sound of that word be? Next, we are going to take a look at base word and root word. So these are 2 phrases that mean the same thing. Base word is on the first page of your packet, and root word is on the 7th page. So you can turn to either one of those right now. So the base word or the root word is the basic meaning of a word. So here we have a few examples. So for example, unhappy, the word that we started with would be happy. We added un to it to change it to be not happy. So the base word here would be happy. Here, reaction, we started with act, then added re and shun to mean something that you do in response to something else. So act is something that you do. So this word is about doing something. Called, our root word or our base word would be call. This is what we start with, and then we added the ed ending to make it in the past tense. Then finally, geography, what we start with would be geo. This is the basic meaning of the word. So geo means earth. So this word here is going to be about the earth. This graph here means writing. So this word literally means writing of the earth. The next word we will be looking at is prefix. This word is at the very bottom of the 6th page, so you can turn to that page right now. So the definition of prefix is letters added to the beginning of a word that have meaning. So I have some examples here again. The first example, unhappy. We started with happy and then added un to the beginning of the word. This un here has a meaning with it. It means not. So this word here means not happy. Here's another example. Cyberbully. Start with bully, and then the prefix that you added would be cyber. This cyber has meaning. It means like the internet, online. So this word here would mean bullying that happens online. Next we have supermarket. You start with market, and the prefix you added is super. This super has meaning. It means like really big. So a supermarket would be a really big market. Last we have overwork. The word you started with, the base word, that's work. Then you added this prefix to the beginning, over. It means like too much. So overworked would mean too much work. Next, here's another word, overdone. Based on what I just talked about here on overwork, with what this word prefix here over means, what could overdone mean? So think about how you could fill in these blanks here to yourself. The prefix in overdone means, so overdone must mean. Our next word is suffix. This word is in the middle of page 9. So you can flip to that one right now and find this word suffix. So suffix, the meaning of that is letters added to the end of the word that have meaning. It has a meaning to it. So here are some examples. Helpful. The base word that we started with is help. Then you added the full to the end. You're adding this, and this full has meaning. So now this word here, helpful, means you're full of help. Next word is breakable. We started with the root word or the base word, break. Then you added the suffix here, able. This able has meaning. It means you can do it. It's able to be done. So if you have the word breakable, that means you're able to break it. You can break it. The next word that we have is brilliance. The word that we started with is brilliant, which means smart, and then the ants. This makes it a noun. So if I have the word brilliance, that means that something is brilliant or it's really smart. Our next word is freedom. So this word, we started with our base word of free, and then you added the suffix of dumb. This word, or this suffix here, makes this into a noun. So what this word here means is it's something that is free. Then last we have walked. Our base word is walk. Then you added the ed ending. This ed ending, we have learned, means past tense, so it's something that happened in the past. When you add the ed ending to walk, it changes the meaning to that you walk in the past. It happened in the past. Next, think to yourself about the word lovable. Based on what we talked about up here with able, what do you think the word lovable could mean? Fill in these blanks here. The suffix in lovable means, so lovable must mean. Breaking words up like this into the prefix, the base word, and the suffix is a really good way to figure out words that you don't know, to help you figure out what the word might mean. Next, we will be talking about the word synonym. This word is on the same page as suffix, page 9, just a little bit below. Take a look at that word in your packet, please. The definition of this word is words that mean the same as another word. So let's think of a couple examples. For example, if I have the word little, a synonym of that could be small. Another example is if I'm talking about the word cold, a synonym, or a word that means the same thing, could be chilly. Now you're going to write 2 sets of synonyms on your own. In case you need some inspiration, here are a couple ideas you could do. You could write the synonym of big. You could write the synonym of hot. So these will go in your packet in that 3rd column next to synonym. Let's flip back to the first page of the packet now to take a look at the word antonym. An antonym is a word opposite in meaning to another word. So, for example, bad and good. Those are antonyms, opposites. On your own now, in that 3rd column, write a set of antonyms on your own. Finally, flip to the next page and look for this word converse here. So there are actually 2 meanings of the word converse, depending on the way that you say it. So if you say converse, with the emphasis in the ers, converse, it means to talk or discuss. If you say converse, the emphasis on the converse, it means the opposite. So for example, the converse of hot is cold. So now finish this sentence just to yourself. The converse of black is... Now those are all the words that we have for our day 1 of MAP vocabulary words. You should now be able to complete the homework assignment for day 1.